If you're a realtor figuring out where you want to spend your ad budget, this video is going to be an absolute cheat code for you because we're going to be breaking down the 3 biggest platforms to advertise on: YouTube, Google, and Facebook, and tell you exactly which one you should be choosing. Now, here's the thing. This decision actually matters a lot more than you think because Google, Facebook, and Meta platforms represent over 50% of online advertising. So when you're trying to generate high quality leads for a high ticket service such as real estate, choosing the wrong platform can literally kill your business. So this video will help you make the right choice. By the way, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on ads and have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions for my current clients, so I know it works. All right, let's break this down. Before we go over the pros and cons of each platform, you need to understand the fundamental difference separating each of these platforms. And to be honest, this single lesson kind of broke my frame when it came to approaching where to run ads. Here it is. When you start running ads, you quickly realize that intent is what matters most. Are people actively looking for your service, or do you need to create demand from scratch? And that part's pretty obvious. But here's what most people miss. Meta, which is Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram, these are what we call demand generation platforms. People aren't looking to buy a house. They're scrolling through their ex's vacation photos, watching dog videos, just killing time. Your job is to interrupt and create demand. Make them want something that they didn't already know they wanted. Google is the complete opposite. Whether it's Google Search, YouTube, Discover Network, Gmail, this is demand capture. People are actively searching how to sell my home fast, what's my home worth, things that they already want. You're just showing up at the right moment. So the platform you choose depends on your ideal customer profile. Are they searching, or do you need to stop them mid-scroll and show them why they should care? All right, platform number 1 is Google Search. And this one's by far the easiest one to understand. Here's how it works. When someone types in realtors near me, what's my home worth, your image and website comes up as the first search result. Above all, the organic listings, the SEO stuff that takes years to build, this is instant visibility. This is high intent traffic. Somebody literally just typed they want a realtor. They want to buy a house now. And that's powerful. But that's where the obvious part ends. But here's the catch. Everybody knows that this traffic is valuable. So the cost per click, expensive, really expensive. And there are only so many people searching for a realtor at any given time in your area. So the scalability is limited. You hit a ceiling fast, it's effective, but it's a finite game. Now there is one more thing about Google Search. It does have one advantage: speed. You don't need fancy videos or an expensive creative, just a good service and a nice website. You can be up and running within the same day. So Google Search tactically is great for capturing immediate demand, but don't expect to be scaling this forever. Getting into Facebook and Instagram, this is where things get interesting. Here's how it works. Meta is the most visual platform. You're in real estate. You've got gorgeous properties, drone shots, neighborhood tours, and happy clients. This is where you show all of that off. Now here's the advantage. Facebook and Instagram are engagement-based platforms. When someone clicks on your ad and they see 10,000 followers, 200 comments, and people engaging, it's like walking past a restaurant that's packed versus one that's empty. I'm assuming you trust the busy one, right? Facebook gives you that social proof automatically, and the scalability feels almost infinite. But here's the problem. Competition is insane. Basically, everybody and their dog are running Facebook ads. So the costs are rising, and the help, basically non-existent. Your ad account can get disabled or banned for reasons you really don't even understand. And also, good luck getting a human to help you. I've literally seen 6-figure businesses get shut down overnight because their ad account got flagged. It's a real risk. So tactically, Facebook is amazing for creating demand and scaling when Google hits a ceiling, but you need to accept the risk that your ad account could go down at any time, and you need to have systems to be built around that problem. Number 3 is YouTube. And I'll be honest, this is my favorite platform for running high-ticket services like real estate. Here's why. YouTube is where you can provide the most valuable content. People aren't speed scrolling like they are on TikTok. They're actually watching. They're actually paying attention. You can do a 3-minute market analysis telling them why now is the time to buy, build trust, and when done right, this converts like crazy. And here's a big one. Advertiser support on YouTube is much different. They actually want to help you get your ads approved. You're way less likely to wake up to your account being nuked. But there's a trade-off. You need high quality video content. You can't just slap together some stock photos and some text. And yes, you are interrupting someone's video. But if your targeting is good, which it absolutely can be, you're going to be showing up on somebody's how to buy a first home video. So it's relevant, not random. YouTube is the best platform for turning strangers into fans and build long-term authority, but you have to put in the effort. Now, before I tell you which platform to choose, I want to share a contrarian take that goes against all traditional advice. And this really is a mindset-related lesson. When you first start running ads for real estate, you're going to hear all sorts of experts say, you're selling houses, go with Google because high intent equals higher average order value, right? Wrong. Or at least not the full picture. The number one reason that most people fail with this advice is because they do not understand that everyone else is also listening to the same advice. Most realtors are doing the exact same Google campaigns, the same keywords, the same landing pages, and the same expensive results. And then when Google gets too expensive, they try to move on to Facebook and spam people with their lead generation ads. Same approach, same mediocre results. Here's the truth. YouTube is the platform almost nobody is using correctly for real estate. And that's exactly why it's the biggest opportunity right now. While everybody's fighting over the same Google keywords, the same Facebook audiences, YouTube is sitting there with massive search volume, engaged viewers, and most importantly, way less competition. The best opportunities in advertising is when something is priced inappropriately. While everyone's zigging, you zag. What will happen is you'll actually build an audience of people who trust you, not just a list of cold leads. This also acts as a forcing function to create better content and position yourself as the local expert. Instead of buying clicks, you're buying authority. That's the difference. And that's why YouTube is the contrarian play that actually works. All right, so which platform do you choose? Here's my answer. If you're a realtor and you can only pick one platform to go all in on, go YouTube. And here's exactly why. Look, Google and Facebook have their place. Google captures demand, Facebook creates demand, but YouTube does both. And it does something neither of them can do. It builds trust at scale. Here's the thing. Real estate is a high trust, high ticket transaction. People are making the biggest financial decisions of their lives, and they need to trust you. And there is no better tool for building trust than video content where you're educating them, showing them your expertise, and proving you know the local market. YouTube lets you do that while simultaneously running your ads to the people that are actively searching real estate content. And here's what makes YouTube different. YouTube has the best targeting of all three platforms because it sits inside Google's ecosystem. You get search intent targeting like Google, but you also get intent-based targeting like Facebook. Someone watching general home renovation content, you can interrupt them by a scroll-stopping property tour. That's demand generation. Once someone sees your ad, they can click on your channel and binge your content. They can watch 5, 10, 15 videos of you explaining the market, touring properties, and answering questions. By the time they reach out, they feel like they already know you, that they already can trust you. Google and Facebook cannot do that. Now, I'm not saying that you should never use Google or Facebook. If you have the budget and the bandwidth and you'd like to test it, go for it. But if you're a realtor who's looking to figure out where to put your first dollar and where to go all in, YouTube is the answer. It's the platforms that turn strangers into clients for life. That's how you build a real, sustainable lead generation machine. Again, this is non-obvious learning. Most realtors default to Google and Facebook simply because that's what everybody else is doing. But YouTube is where the real opportunity is right now. Follow it this way. I guarantee you will not lose. All right, guys, that's all I got for this video. As promised, I broke down the 3 biggest platforms, Google, Facebook, and YouTube, and told you exactly which one you should be using for how real estate actually works. If you're looking for more information about YouTube ads, I have a full guide going over it right here. Now, until the next video, peace out.